London bears silent witness to the heartwarming moment between BTS's Jin and their loyal fans, ARMY. On the first day of BTS's London concert soundcheck, the mood suddenly turned emotional as Jin stood transfixed on stage, almost speechless after hearing the cheers and chanting from the thousands of soldiers who filled the stadium. The incident went viral on social media in just a matter of hours. Many fans and the media captured the moment through videos and photos that showed Jin standing still with teary eyes, as if not believing in the great love of his fans in England. However, what really happened behind the harrowing moment? What song did ARMY sing that left one of the BTS members at a loss for words? Here are the chronologies and touching stories that are the highlights of the K-pop world this week. Unforgettable soundcheck. BTS concerts always offer an amazing experience for their fans, but soundcheck before the concert is no less special. For fans who purchase special VIP tickets or soundcheck packages, they get a rare opportunity to watch BTS members prepare for their performance on stage, with far fewer spectators and a more intimate atmosphere. On the first day of the concert in London, thousands of ARMY already packed the stadium before sunrise. Many of them come from all over the UK, even abroad, in order to see their idols in person. When Jin appeared on stage with the other BTS members to start the soundcheck session, the welcome given by ARMY was immediately thunderous. Cheers, cries, and shouts of love instantly filled the stadium. But there was one moment that made it all the more special, when ARMY began to sing a certain song with passion and sincerity. The song Epiphany became a turning point of emotions. The song sung by ARMY simultaneously is Epiphany, Jin's solo song, which is part of the album Love Yourself, Answer, 2018. The song has a deep meaning about loving ourselves and accepting who we really are, a message that is very much in tune with BTS's global campaign on the theme of self-love. When the intro of the song was played, ARMY immediately sang along from beginning to end. What makes the atmosphere even more moving is how the voices of thousands of people merge into one beautiful harmony, not screaming but singing with feeling. Jin, who was initially preparing to sing the song, seemed to be silent for a moment. A fan camera filming from different angles showed how his expression changed, from surprise to a small smile, and then slowly his eyes began to glaze over. He seemed to hold back tears while listening to the voice of the ARMY who sincerely sang his song. Jin's response that makes melt. After the song was finished being sung by ARMY, Jin brought his hand to his chest and bowed deeply in gratitude. He took the microphone and said, "Me don't know what to say," in Korean to warm cheers from fans. She added, "You never fail to make me feel loved. Thank you for singing this song so beautifully." The ARMY immediately responded by shouting, "We love you, Jin," repeatedly. The moment became so iconic that pieces of the video were trending on Twitter/X, TikTok, and Instagram Reels with various hashtags such as Jin in London, Epiphany Live, Jin Era Moment, and hashtag BTS London. The emotional meaning behind the song Epiphany. Why is this song so touching to so many people, including Jin himself? Epiphany is not just an ordinary song. In the lyrics, Jin talks about the journey of knowing and loving himself after a long time trying to meet the expectations of others. In a previous interview, Jin admitted that the song was very personal and helped him through difficult times during his career with BTS. When the ARMY sang the song back for him, it was as if they were saying, "We accept and love you for who you are." This is what makes Jin look so emotional, because the song, which was originally his personal reflection, is now reciprocated by thousands of voices that strengthen and embrace him emotionally. Reactions from other BTS members. Not only the genie looks touched. Other BTS members such as RM, J-Hope, and Jimin also seemed to give applause and smile when they saw Jin's reaction. RM even said in a VCR session after the concert, "That moment was very special. We knew the song meant a lot to Jin, and ARMY really made it even more special." Jungkook, in his live session the next day, also mentioned, "I got goosebumps when ARMY sang Epiphany. Their voices were so beautiful, I sang in my heart." ARMY more than just fans. This moment again confirms that the relationship between BTS and ARMY is not just about artists and fans. Their relationship has been like family, friends, even a place to heal each other. In the midst of a busy schedule and the pressures of being a global superstar, the emotional support of the ARMY became a major source of strength for the members. Not a few ARMY also shared personal stories about how the song Epiphany helped them get out of depression, accept themselves, or even prevent them from doing extreme things. No wonder then that when they sang it to the genie, it was not only a form of praise, but also sincere gratitude. Global media highlights this moment. Several major entertainment media such as Billboard, NME, and Rolling Stone also highlighted this moment in coverage of BTS's concert in London. Many called it one of the emotional highlights of the tour. Their articles emphasize how BTS manages to build an emotional bond with its fans that many other global artists don't. Conclusion: one song, 1,000 flavors. The moment Jin was rendered speechless by the ARMY's voice in London wasn't just about the song Epiphany or BTS's big concert. It's about how music, emotions, and human connections can form something extraordinary. In the midst of an often stressful world, moments like these serve as a reminder that there is still beauty, sincerity, and affection to be found, even in the middle of a huge stadium between the singer and her fans. And for Jin, Epiphany is probably a song about loving yourself. But when ARMY sang it for her, the song turned into the biggest hug of thousands of hearts saying, "We love you! Don't forget who you are." Meaningful songs. The song Epiphany has a very deep meaning. In this song, Jin conveys a message about loving yourself, a central theme in many of BTS's works. Lyrics like, "I'm the one I should love in this world," became a symbol of the struggle to accept oneself amid the pressures of life, fame, and expectations from the outside. For ARMY, this song is a warm embrace from Jin. And when they sang that song together, it was as if they wanted to give her that hug back. ARMY London, known as one of the most passionate and creative fan communities, had been planning this surprise since a month before the concert took place. They spread the lyrics, hold small rehearsals before the concert starts, and even print a banner that says, "You are our Epiphany," which is then lifted in unison as the song plays. A relationship that's more than just idols and fans. The relationship between BTS and ARMY is known to be very strong and emotional. Different from the usual relationship between idols and their fans, the bond that exists between them is more like friendship, family, and sometimes even feels like a spiritual connection. BTS often share their personal stories, mental struggles, and self-doubt in their songs. Instead, ARMY responded with unconditional support, social campaigns, to philanthropic movements on behalf of BTS. It's this two-way interaction that makes the two feel like they've grown together, and moments like the one in London are clear evidence of that bond. Jin, "I will never forget this." After the song was over and the atmosphere was a little calm, Jin had spoken a few sentences that made the atmosphere blue again. "I don't know what to say. You make me feel loved, appreciated, and sorely missed. This is a night I will never forget for the rest of my life." He then lowered his head deeply, saluted the audience, and said that moments like this were his reason for continuing to sing. The other members also hugged Jin and patted him on the back. ARMY even said, "We all know how hard Jin worked to get back. He deserved this love." The world's reaction, love from all directions. Not only the ARMY in London who participated late in this Haru moment. ARMYs from around the world showed their support through social media and streaming platforms. The song Epiphany immediately skyrocketed on the iTunes charts in various countries just hours after the concert, including in the UK, the United States, and South Korea. Many fans uploaded their reactions, even making tribute videos and fan-made edits describing Jin's moment in London as one of the highlights of his career. Some artists and musicians even commented. A British musician wrote on Instagram, "As a musician, seeing an artist and his audience touch each other's hearts like this is something very rare. Congrats to BTS and the ARMY